Okay, boys and girls, how you doing? This is Miss Munoz here. Um, Today, I'm going to go over the first three questions on your study guide, right? That way you can review. This test could be challenging, especially because we're using formulas, right? And it requires for you to write the formula every time that you need it. That way you avoid mistakes. So here, the first question says, what's the difference in the volume of the two candy bars Jackson's purchases? So here we have two triangular prisms, and so I'm going to highlight the base of this triangular prism and then also the base here, right? I'm going to also highlight the height of this one and the height of that triangular prism. And to find the volume of these triangular prisms, we need to use the formula volume equals area of the base times the height. And so the height is the distance between the two bases, and the area of the base for this particular problem is going to be a triangle. So the area of this uh, triangular prism, right? I'm going to focus here, and to find the area of a triangle, we need to find 1/2 base times height, and we need to focus our mind only on the triangle. So here for this triangle, the base is 7 and the height of the triangle is 5. So I'm going to substitute area of the base here will be 1/2 of 7 times 5. And so I cannot simplify any of this. So I can say area of the base here is 1/2 of 35. And then 1/2 of 35 is 17.5 square centimeters, right? And that's the area of the base. To find the volume of that triangular prism, we would have to use the formula volume equals area of the base times the height. We do have here the area of the base, right? And the height we know is 7. So we will multiply 17.5 times 7. And so the volume here would be 17.5 times 7. And the answer there would be 17.5 times 7 equals 122.5 cubic centimeters, right? Then it says, what's the difference? Which means we need to find the volume of the other triangular prism and then subtract them. So here we need to find the area of the base first, which in this case is going to be a triangle, right? And so area of the base is 1/2 the base times the height. So area of the base is 1/2 of 4 times 5. I can simplify the 4 here, then I have 2 and 1. So area of the base here, it'll be 2 times 5 is 10, 10 square centimeters, right? And so we have the area of the base of this other prism. Now for the formula, we get area of the base times the height, which means we multiply 10 times 13, right? So once we have the volume here, 10 times 13, we have 130 cubic centimeters, right? So it says, the question says, what's the difference in the volume of the two candy bars Jackson purchases? Well, yeah, now that you have the two volumes, you can figure out, the difference there. And I'm not giving the answer right. You just need to find the answer at the end. Here it says a jewelry box is shaped like a rectangular prism. Number 2, the volume of the jewelry box is 460 cubic inches. Notice here they're giving us the volume already, right? Which usually we have to figure out. Like in the previous test, in the previous problem, we had to figure out the volume, but here they're giving it to us, right? And so it says the area of the base. Oh, they're also giving us the B. Area of the base of the jewelry box is 92 square inches. What is the height of the jewelry box in inches? So if I imagine this, right, um, like a rectangular prism, something, right, and then they're telling me that the area of the base, which we usually have to figure out, right, like the area of the base of the jewelry box right there, the B is 92 square inches. They're saying the volume, which is what fits in here, right? The volume is equal to 460 cubic inches, right? And what we're missing is the height right there, right? So you go, okay, well, I need to work backwards, right? Well, the interesting part about you knowing how to solve equations and how to use formulas is that you can say, well, I have, if the formula calls for volume equals area of the base times the height, we can say, okay, we have the volume, check. We have the area of the base, check. We're missing the height, which is h. Let's substitute what we have. In this case is 460 equal to the B is 92 times H, right? I'm going to put parentheses times H. And if you notice, this is just like solving an equation, right? Here, you need to solve for H, right? So what do you do to isolate H? To end up having H equal to, right, the answer that we need. So, you just solve this equation and you're done. Then the last problem I'm going to explain in this little video is number 3. It says the Science Museum has a terrarium in the shape of a triangular pyramid. The dimensions of the terrarium are shown below. What is the volume of the terrarium? So I see this as a pyramid. So the formula to find the volume of a pyramid is 1/3 of the area of the base times the height. So I need to identify, okay, the base is a triangle, right? And the height of the pyramid here is 12, right? So let's figure out first the area of the base right here, right? So let's see, I have area of the base. In this case, the base is a triangle, right? So let's focus our eyes here on this triangle, the base, and I'm gonna say, okay, the base of the triangle is 6, and the height of this triangle is 8, right? I'm gonna write the formula to find the area of a triangle. 1/2 of the base times the height. Area of the base here is 1/2 of 6 times 8. I can cut one of these two numbers in half, right? Half of 2 is 1, half of 8 is 4. Now we multiply 6 times 4 equals to 24, right? That's the area of the base, 24 square feet. So there, and all we have to do now is substitute on the formula of the volume right here, right? So I go volume of a pyramid is equal to 1/3 of the area of the base, which is 24, times the height of the pyramid, which in this case is 12, right? And then to find the volume, I think you can simplify either the 24 or the 12, right? Simplify one of those two by 3, and that should give you your answer, right? In other words, finish working out this formula. And that concludes like the first video with 3 problems. And if you have questions on the following ones, well, then watch the next video. All right, here we go.